Hello and welcome to my unboxing and first look at the Legiones Astartes Mark IV Space Marines for Warhammer the Horus Heresy. They're right here in this box with a number of other things actually. A box of these will cost you £47.50, which is obviously quite pricey, you know, for 20 Space Marines. Almost £2.50 per Space Marine. Super. Why have you picked up Mark IVs? You know, there are Mark VIs out there. Actually, you know, now and again there's some Mark IIIs if you're lucky. Well, these are mainly for my word bearers. Word bearers, their chosen mark will be Mark IV. Now is the time to get some Mark IVs for word bearers. I didn't really want to use my current Mark IVs that I've already sort of built and sprayed for word bearers, so these are going to be a fresh set, and I think at least 10 of these will probably have some kind of heavy weapon as well. So got the Mark IVs. And got another Kratos. Again, I don't know whether I'll use this Kratos with the word bearers. I'm not thinking about fully expanding every single one of these 6 legions. It'll be mainly the Dark Angels that I focus on, all of the, you know, reinforcements and things. But definitely word bearers. We've got the Mark IV. So let's have a closer look at these. So there they are. They're not my favourite Mark. They look very similar to sort of the Mark 8, Mark 7, 8, 9 of the 40k. And even actually the Mark 10, I think the Primaris, grab a few cues from these two. It's the only legion that I'm collecting that'll have Mark IVs. So they paint them in the Sons of Horus colours, of course. You've got the Tactical Sergeant, you've got a Legionary with Vexilla, and a Legionary. What isn't shown there, which I think is a bit naughty, is the heavy weapon and special weapons. I don't know why they do this. Maybe because they've got the special and heavy weapon sets out, but they're not massively compatible with both Mark IVs and Mark IIIs. They're mainly for the Mark VIs. But let's unbox these. Quite a thick number of sprues in here. It's jam-packed. I mean, you do think that you get your sort of £50 worth, I'd say. So this is the instruction guide. It's in the black and white, as you come to expect. You've got them a load of chest plates that go together. You've got the legs, you've got the power plants, you've got the arms. I mean, these Space Marines are really what you're used to if you've built any 40k Space Marines, not, you know, the Primaris, I guess, whereby the torso used to be in 2 parts, the legs were just 1, and the power plant was 1. A bit of a difference to Mark IIIs, where you have to connect part of the power plant. I think these are one of the most satisfying kits to build out of the 3, out of the 6, 3 and the 4. But for me at least, I just prefer the look of the 3s. You've got a number of different weapons here. You've got a number of different heads. You've even got a, you know, riveted one in the style of Mark VI. You've got the power sword, plasma pistol, chainsword, bolt pistol, combi weapons, so melter, magna, and minor, so flamer. And then you've got melter bombs, different head for the sergeant, and then look at the 2 heavy weapons that you get. So this kit actually has 2 heavy weapons and 3 special weapons. So you've got the heavy bolters and the missile launchers, which is a little bit different than the Mark IIIs, which have the heavy bolter. So it goes on to say right there, this kit contains components for the construction of other Legion Space Marine units, including the Legion Veteran Squad. See Liber Loyalis or Hereticus for details. So although it has the heavy weapons and the special weapons, the way it works with the tactical squad is not how it works in 40k. So if this is your first video that you've watched, I don't want to teach anyone to suck eggs, but you don't normally have a heavy weapon or special weapon with Horus Heresy sort of Space Marine squad. They have their own squads that have the same type of weapon, so you'll have 5 or 10 missile launchers in one squad, or 5 or 10 plasma guns, but you can't have like 9 plasma guns and 1 melter gun. It just doesn't work like that. They have specific squads, and that's because they weren't numerous back then, you know. Now we have chapters with 1,000 Space Marines. Back then each legion had about 100,000. Let's just put an average on there. So you know, with 18 legions, so that's millions of Space Marines, isn't it, really? Anyway, that's the instruction guide. Let's have a look at these sprues. So I think we're going to get 6 sprues, and three of them with two of the 3 with 3 sets of twins. You also get a brand new Legiones Astartes infantry transfer sheet, which we've seen before. I think we get it with Mark 6, because it says Mark 6 Space Marines there. So that's for Imperial Fists and Sons of Horus. So this is one of the sprues, which just has the torsos and the power plants. Fair amount of detail on there. They look really, really nice. Very similar to what you're used to with Space Marines. Look at all those heads. 13 heads there. 2 that are helmetless. And then you've got the sergeant head too, with a bolt pistol with grenades and a bolt pistol there, plasma pistol, loads of grenades and pouches all separate. You've got this sprue, which has the legs, well, 5 of the legs at least, the melter gun, the heavy bolter, the combi weapons, all of the bolt guns. Not a massive fan of these bolt guns. I probably like the Mark 6 bolt guns the most. You've got some more bolt pistols and pouches and all the arms. And then the other sprue has the other 6 legs, some lightning claws, some close combat weapons, which is great. It's just like the Mark III set where they have the chain swords. You've got the flamer, missile launcher, plasma gun, power sword, vexilla, the other part of the heavy bolter, and a chain sword as well. So, and all of the shoulder pauldrons, 22 shoulder pauldrons, so you're getting 2 extra there if you didn't want to use it as a, so you're getting 2 extra there. And that's it. They're the 3 sprues, which are, you know, just replicated in these. So that's a duplicate set to make your 20 Space Marines, and you get all of your, I think, 32mm bases at least in a bag. And that's it for my unboxing and first look at the Legiones Astartes. They're going to be put in their box now and going to be kept for a while. The word bearers are the next Legion in my sights. So I'll probably be picking up some weapon upgrade sets and shoulder pads and things specifically for these Mark IV Space Marines. What do you guys think of the Mark IV? Are they your favourite Mark of Space Marine armour? And what do you think of the set? A lot of options in this set. It's great. Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. As always, it'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.